Are we making it or are we like barely making it, Terry? I don't know. I don't
We're
know.
where we're supposed to be. How's that?
I don't know. Just like here's some light. I like put some light on myself. I'm doing it from the phone today instead of the computer. But I haven't used my computer for a whole week.
Yeah, longer.
You want to know why? You want to know why?
Why haven't you used your computer in a week, Erica?
Because we've been at Rebels of Disclosure conference in Illinois having fun.
Mm, we were indeed. And Erica and I met in person for the first
Oh
time.
yeah, I forgot about that part. It was like all the other stuff. I mean, it's so much stuff.
Now it's so nice to see somebody three dimensional. Now at two dimensional, it's like, yeah, well, at least I know your vibe comes over, but it's nothing like
Yeah,
person in person, right?
yeah. I tried to pull it up on the screen. It was good. It was good. I was gonna show pictures and stuff, or at least a flyer, but now I can't find it. But
Hmm.
it was it's it was even better than it was last year. I told Tyler and Aaron that, but they just have this spirit where like it's from the top down. Like when you work in a corporation, the spirit from the top moves down, and then that's just the kind of energy that it was with that event. Is you can tell that they have the good energy and they move it through with the way that they treat people and the
Right.
way that it's just amazing. That's all. Just amazing. How can you describe it?
Yeah, amazing is a good word. It was um, it was just being with like-minded people. We go off into our everyday lives, and sometimes we feel secluded. We can't express our true feelings a lot of times, or we hold back because um, we hold back that aspect of ourselves. And going to a conference like this is you can be who you are. You don't have to. Um, you don't have to be on guard, and I think that's important. Like we go out and we do the things that we're supposed to in the world. We try and spread our energy in a way that is accepted amongst our groups, but we have to sometimes be nurtured as well.
Who was your favorite speaker?
I like them all, but actually, my favorite speaker was Alexia.
Right. Is it
She's
Lexi, let me see, what is that?
um,
Lexi,
Eisenhower.
I can, yeah. Is it,
Yeah,
it still said Eisenhower? Oh, okay.
Eisenhower. Yeah.
Oh, wow. She was a fireball. Yeah.
Yeah, and for her presentation and everything was actually, I mean, all of them and were great. I enjoyed all of them, but I came back from the conference with her information was so for me, like
Was it the
other people have.
parasites?
Yeah, she talks about the parasites and just how they suck on us, and how to rid them in natural ways from our body, like not going through all kinds of drugs and all that kind of stuff. So just with stuff that we have available. So
Yeah, I
yeah, and
didn't.
Jerry Wills, Brad, all of them. Tyler, and the other one was Tyler. Tyler's presentation was out of this was amazing.
Yeah, and it's funny, Jerry. I didn't know who he was when he walked past. Though it's like a something that says, "Look," like, wait a minute. It's not just just because he's tall.
These
It's
are
like,
giants. Him and Brad Olson are giants of men. Like they're 6'8", 6'9". Brad is 6'9", and Jerry's probably about close to the same height.
I know Brad was trying to make uh Jerry look small. He was like my little brother or something like that. He said um it was nice to see Jackie Kinner, her the results from her groups. People are joining her book writing group, and she's, once you get done with the class, you got a book.
Yeah,
So that's really cool. Lowell, he has this beautiful art group on Facebook, and I enjoy, being in that group. And then also we got to see Tony again for the first time in a while. I'm remove myself for a second. I don't know if you had any more people you wanted to talk about.
well, Naira was amazing. She told her story, and it was very emotional. Like, and what she brought forward is that aspect of healing, that she's gone through. Of course, Laura talked about love, and she talked about her book. But she talked about her book and the importance of bringing love into the equation. Mason talked. Now I didn't catch Mason's full full presentation. I caught part of it, and he was talking about the colors and the spectrums of the colors and the chakras, and so that was interesting. So the whole lineup. Vivian wasn't able to make it to the conference, so she did a live broadcast, and I haven't watched that one yet, but I'm going to hit into that. Hey, Jax. Um, yeah, so it was just in totality, it was an amazing conference. The people were the speakers were they mingled with the crowd. You know, they sat with people at the tables, during mealtime. You had conversations with them, and you didn't pardon me, you were able to realize that they're people just like us, and so they weren't sequestered away or taken away or quote have bodyguards or any of that stuff. So that was that that was just an aspect of the whole conference that just makes you feel um, um, nurtured. And I think that was the whole thing about the conference is that you feel nurtured when you leave there. You when we left there, you didn't feel drained. You felt full of vim and vinegar. Like you were really pumped. Where a lot of other times you feel like let down or tired or whatever, but this was not like that. So that was
No, as much as you give, you feel, yeah. Yeah, as much as I was able to talk to people, as much as I was able to talk, like I could get home to the house with Scott and Taylor and Randy and my son, and my son loved it. He was able to hang around other kids in the community, and then I'd be like, okay, let's talk some more. And then I go in the room, time to go to bed, and I see my son, and I'm like, okay, let's talk some more. So it'd be like somewhere between, well, 3 and 4 before I'm going to sleep, and then like go back to do it again. And then it was just great too to have like you, Jonathan, and Jax. I mean, Jax was like so ready, to get the table together, and I was like, oh, like, okay, I'm barely making it back, y'all. And it's like, oh, the table's already done. And I was like, wow, to go to an event and have help. I never had help like that before. I'm telling you. So it was just mind blowing how things work together. And just seeing people again. And the biggest thing that I heard people say is, it feels so good to have someone to talk to,
yeah.
because we just can't have certain conversations with other people, but just to have these, be able to have these people to be able to have these conversations with. I don't know. I guess I'm talking all the time. I'm on here, so I'm always talking. So I never feel like, oh, I don't have anyone to talk to. My sister listens to me too, even when she's like doesn't know what I'm talking about. She's like, "Yeah, okay." We do an exchange, so it's not so bad. But I feel like if you really want to do that, make relationships where you can have people to talk to. I really think it's in your best interest to just kind of come in there. And there were still some people I didn't shake hands with and didn't even talk to, and now I'm seeing the pictures of them and other people, and like, dang, I wish I had to talk to that person, like Victor. Oh my God, Victor actually made the fold out flyer, and he made the movable icon on the screen during Tyler's presentation. So I'm not sure if you saw that when you were watching Tyler's presentation, there was that moving, the two moving circles and all that. And
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, so here I'm gonna show it where he says he created it, and I was like, "What? You've been holding back, sir. You've been holding back." Let's present. I don't know if you got to see Victor, but I know I said, "Dude, we made full eye contact several times," and he made this.
Oh, wow.
Right, and there goes Victor, right there in the middle.
Oh, that's Victor. Okay.
Yeah, I know you've seen him. Yeah, Victor.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he made the brochure. Yeah, there he
Okay.
goes. Yeah, he made that brochure. So that was just amazing. Amazing work. It's amazing the different talents they have in there. People
Yeah.
who do digital media, like Anna. In the future, I'm looking forward to seeing what Anna has to do with her. Oh, I'm still messing with the screen, but what Anna is going to do with her production, because she went to school for that. It's funny because I went to school for film and digital media, but I suck at it as far as actually like film editing and camera work. And I see other people's pictures and videos, I'm like, oh my God, you guys are so good. But yeah, a lot of gifts and a lot of talents out there, and it was great to have that ability. And like you say, to meet people, because you're going to meet people there of different speeds. Like some people are moving a little bit slow, and you're like, what's their energy doing? And some people are a little bit hype. And it's just learning to be more accepting of people, because I think we kind of go places wanting people to be perfect or to be like us, and it's like kind of just seeing people in their different ways that they are, I don't know, because everybody wants to build a community, and it's like, well, this is what it means to build a community, is to see people and kind of like accept them, that they're different, at different levels, at different speeds. Because I had some young whippersnappers coming to me and being like, you know what? And I was like, calm down, bro. I love you. And we had some good talks, and we, lots of thank yous for sharing views and opinions, because we're demographics, like that plays a lot into it. Gender plays a lot, and then there's age that plays a lot into why we are different. But unlike some parts of these communities, if you don't think exactly the same, or if you don't do exactly the same modalities, where you're not feeling like you have to conform to anything or compete, because there's more than one way to clear a chakra, right? Like you can
Right.
do oil, you can do motion, you can do your hands Reiki. There's so much different modalities where it can be competitive, you know or people read certain books and it's like, hey, this person, they're anti this person, but they're for this person. And I was just really seeing how, like, I don't have to tell you who to read or not to read. But even too, with some of the healing, like, do you have to, because we're not here to help people or really to heal people ourselves. It's like we're just bringing energy from source, but I'm not really here to tell you what decision to make, but I just hope that you have the courage to make the proper decision. So just learning to be able to assist and love people and like be there, and be a positive voice when they don't really have anyone to give that to them, and to help them along so that they can make their own decision that is for themselves. Because ultimately, I know what I'm not responsible for their decision. They say, "Oh, I got divorced, and you told me," and it's like, "Wait a minute, I didn't tell you to get divorced." Like I'm not
Yeah.
taking that place where I think we just are learning too to be careful on what we give, but also what we take, because we don't really need to be in a position where we're going to a guru, so to speak, to have them literally tell us what to do. It's about opening your mind up to those opportunities and options. And that's where, even with the readings that we do, that's what it's about, opening your mind. Because, I can't see you in your everyday life, right,
Environment.
Terry? Just, but I see a glimpse into a timeline that maybe Spirit wants me to share. I'm looking forward to seeing Brian and Ida again. And now I got to meet Drago for the first time. I told Drago, I said, "Your little eyes, you got like mean eyes on Facebook." He said it's probably the bags in his eyes that is. I was like, "Yeah, because you look much nicer in person. Your little eyes." So I'm looking forward to their conference in July, and I'm hoping that people support. I'm gonna look that up. But you had a chance to meet Brian and Drago and Ida for the first time, right, Terry?
Um, yeah, I didn't really meet Drago, but
Oh,
I met Ida, but I got to really connect with Brian. And so
right.
yeah.
And so here it is, the nice website. We got 7 weeks to this event. Full disclosure, movement.org. He is extremely dedicated to this event and making it happen. I know some people are going to Mount Shasta with Lily, and we're going to miss that. But I'm hoping next year that things are coordinated where people say, this is when my event is, and kind of give space so that people who love each one of the people can go to the different conferences. And but this, we're still waiting for a little bit more information. But check out these early bird tickets while you can at Sirata Beach. Like, who can beat that? St. Pete, Florida. You know, I plan on going up the coast some more and getting shells, because the best shells are over there too, on the inner coast of Florida. But 7 weeks, 5 days, 11 hours. I was looking for some triple numbers or something, like some 11, 11, 11 on here, like. But there's gonna be there's sponsorship, volunteer sponsorship, stuff like that. Those opportunities are popping up, but they're still ironing out some details. But that's gonna be wonderful. I'm looking forward to it. So check that out. Just really, really, really be sure to check that out. And in July, I'm hoping, not July, in December, I'm really hoping. There was one in New Orleans with Janet, and she was next to us with the Nix.org. She was an amazing woman. Did you have fun with Janet?
Oh, I did, and she had some amazing crystals, and we had amazing chats. She yeah, she was a really nice gal. And I just want to step back. Like, there are forces that are there that are trying to prevent trying to prevent us all from making that trip. And having talked with several people, they had incidents that happened to them just prior, trying to prevent that from happening, from us being at that event. And I know Janet was in a car accident. Other people,
Wow.
Eric and Nancy, who did the CBD oil, they had trouble with their vehicle coming down. Talking with another couple, they had trouble. Um, well, us driving, we ended up in nowhere land. We got taken off course. And prior to that, the people I was traveling with had some major things happen to them. So there was,
You forgot
a
about me,
concerted
Terry.
effort. What's that?
You forgot about me.
And you, yes.
I was an
Yeah, you
hour
ended up
and a
having it
half.
on the right on the ride. Yeah.
Yeah, I was an hour, hour and a half away. That rubber that comes off of those tires from the big semi trucks, the minivan in front of me went over it, so I had zero reaction time, and it just flew up underneath my car. And I thought, okay, we held firm, and I made it. But then I started smelling stuff and hearing stuff, and had to pull over. And then I saw how my wheel well, that rubber was wrapped up around the tire. It was like burning. And so I was like, okay, we go to the gas station. I cut that off. Then we go inside the gas station. I get me a drink and come back out. And I look, and the bumper is split in half in the middle, but the bottom is still intact to keep it up. And I'm like, okay, I can make it there, but can I make it home? But we made it home with a split bumper, and had to cut that piece of the wheel well off. And I was like, wow, that could have been scary, because that could have
Well,
been really
Phoenix is
scary.
saying that she had trouble with her car. She said the garage even burnt down. Oh wow!
Whoa, gosh.
And check engine light went off on the way, but now it's okay. Yeah. So isn't it
Yeah.
funny how they try to um, that I think our will our we're more dedicated than nothing's going to stop us. And I know Jack's had a
Oh,
big issue, right?
they're picking on you, Terry, because they said you tried to run over some rubber on the way back home.
Oh yeah, that had nothing to do with the Grand Canyon, did it, Jonathan?
Oh, shots fired. Because they're really picking on Jonathan for doing, like, evidently levitating the whole car or something. I don't know. But it's cool. Thanks for in Phoenix. So she's gonna. You're not going to Mount Shasta, which once I found out about Shasta, and then I saw Lily's show last night with Lily and Tyler last night. That was so sweet, and I got to see her again, and talk about her book, and I'm hoping to talk to her soon. But yeah, like now I feel like, dang, I kind of wish we were going to Mount Shasta too. It's like you want to go everywhere with everybody. So we need to, like, get rid of these jobs and become completely independently wealthy. So we need to
Yeah,
start asking
exactly.
God, drop this cash on us, God, because we
Hey,
can't be
Susie,
bothered with this worrying
Deborah.
about money. So let's just really put that into effect. But I had so much fun with the Phoenix here, Jean Grey. So she already got her costume for Brian's event. There's a costume party. And then I got to put Deborah up here. Deborah, it was so cool because I've met you before and I had a chance to talk to you before. I'm going to come on in, sir. And I'm gonna talk. And we've talked already and spent some time together. But it was like, oh, on this next level of Just excuse me while I sign this. But it's like on this next level of really getting to sit with you and talk with you, and I really enjoyed it. Girl, I got the shelves in the she shed, y'all. Woo!
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
High
Deborah.
fives. High five. Thank you so much. He did an amazing. I'm like, wait till you see the pictures. But it was really super great to see Deborah, and then for you guys to get to see Deborah, because it's like, hey, dude, go back and see the comments that Deborah made. And so now it's like cool because you now get to see who Deborah is in person. Is I've had the ability to meet a lot of the people, and everybody hadn't, and so it's really nice that it's all like coming together, and it's building up to something amazing, and I'm really appreciating how it's developing. Um, I don't know. Anybody got anything else to say? Anybody want any more shots fired for how people don't, drive good and getting lost or getting hit in the head with pizza boxes or, flying through the back seat? Anybody? Oh, wow. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Jax, when I couldn't even deal with that. When she said she hit herself, I was like, I'm getting offline now because I can't with you right now. Because you got like this Supergirl thing going on where you just keep doing stuff. And I'm like, no. One of the awesome things was that table when we were there.
Oh, yeah.
That table was amazing. And
Yeah,
on
we were
Facebook,
right across from it, right? So that Tesla machine doesn't just stay within that little square, 3 feet away from us. It filled the whole room, and
Yeah.
Paul was just an amazing beam of light.
Yeah, so he was amazing. I could probably find the pictures or not. Maybe I'll find it by the end and show it by the end. But that table was amazing. People, I was like, no, I wasn't sleeping. I could hear you talking. I could hear this. I could hear that. And then somebody said, yeah, but you were snoring. I was like, whoa. So I was in that what is that meditative state?
Hypnagogic.
Hypnagogic state where I'm snoring, but I'm still hearing everything that's going on. I'm like,
Yeah.
and then she walked up to me. What was Paul's assistant's name?
Cheryl.
Cheryl. So Cheryl walks up to me and she says, "Oh, Erica, I hate to wake you up. I know that you," but I could hear them talking and saying, "Hey, we're gonna go. I have to go wake her up now. Oh no, I know she's really out." I'm hearing the whole thing what she said, and then she walks up to me, and I'm like, I just turn around. I'm like, "No, I'm not sleeping." It was so funny because she was like, "Girl, you was snoring. You was asleep. Trust me. Trust me."
So do you want me to
Yeah,
take
yeah,
pick some cards?
yeah. We're gonna do some cars. Yeah, that Tesla machine was amazing. And Jonathan's work was amazing. I was so impressed. And I've been nagging Jonathan ever since because I've been looking at displays for what do you call it?
Back
For
like a
like
backdrop.
conference display stuff. So I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh, Jonathan, you should do a show with black lights. And you should so I'm like busting out. I said, I know I'm all in your lane, but he was like, he doesn't mind it, so it's okay. Because I was like, I'm all
Yeah,
in the biz.
Jonathan and I are working on our journey, Crystal's journey, and we are going to do an oracle deck with it. So
Yeah.
we're in the works of getting that getting things figured out with it. So
Yes, gonna be amazing. Oh man. Yeah,
okay,
yeah. I've already
so
started getting ready, Jonathan.
let's yeah. So from all this, I drew 3 cards from the Gateway deck. And so the first one is accepting what is. I accept and embrace my inner majesty, opening to love. My heart is open. And taking action. I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities. So, what we can sort of feel right now is this is where I am right now. I accept what is, what has happened. It doesn't have to be my this has gotten me to where I am now. We don't have to anchor ourselves in the past. We accept what is. And so when we open to love, to that connection with the source, with the higher being, and who our higher self is, who our soul self is, the healing comes, whatever we're doing, the healing comes from above through our source energy. And so we can understand what we've experienced. But once we have come to this point now, we can open up to that higher aspect of our being, and that's the action that we take. I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities. Because of those experiences, they propel us forward to what our soul's intention was, why we came here at this time. Our soul had a purpose for us, and all of the experiences have built to this apex now. And so are we going to go back and work on that? Are we going to take this point and, expand outward and do what we came here to do? Because that's what our soul wants us to do. And yeah, I mean, Erica, we've talked about the journey down the interstate. We can get pulled off into all these other little towns and get lost along the way, but when you come back in, this is what you're meant to do. You have a destination, and all of these things are sidetracked, and they're sidetracked. There are forces that know, that are trying to prevent us from doing what we came. So they will sidetrack. It's just like all the events that happened to us on the road, right? There were those forces trying to keep us from getting to that point. And so for many of us, this weekend was, the last week was that point of coming to that apex in order for us to propel us out forward. So it's that whole aspect of us picking up all our power that we have lost or left along the way, come to this point. And the heart is the center point of it. So once we're connected to that aspect of our higher being through the heart space, then we can move forward to why we really came, and we're here at this time. So that's what those cards are telling me.
Awesome. Awesome. I wasn't paying attention there. I was going
Well,
to
that's
the
okay.
messages on
You
on
heard me. You heard me already.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, the highway and love and the journey. Yeah. You did three cards?
Yeah,
I thought you were still on the love
accepting what
card. My
is.
bad.
Okay, no, I did. I covered them all. Accepting what is, love, and taking action. Yeah.
Wow. I like that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like that embodies the whole thing. Cuz I feel like we want to be able to connect, and we should be able to connect with one another and just connect with people where they're at. And some people, they're still eating baby food, and you may give them, you know, baby food. You meet people where they're at and just kind of love people where they're at, and and kick in with that law of allowing people to grow without ripping them out of the cocoon, but just being able to love on a much more expanded way, where it's not the way that is beneficial to me, but the way that it is from the higher heart. You know what I'm saying? From the higher heart, we come with compassion to see people and just be able to just cover them with love, even if it's not, even if it doesn't feel good to you. Even if they're not um necessarily in alignment to you, but love them in that space, and maybe move to a space that's more comfortable, but allowing and loving and allowing and loving. And it's really more and more and more what we need to do with ourselves, finding this contentment in ourselves, to be completely grounded in ourselves, that people don't have to change or acclimate to us, but we
Right.
create our lives and we create our space. And just make sure that you create a safe space for yourself, and I don't have to condemn you in from my space. I had written on my page, right before we went to the conference, I said people will climb all the way to the higher ground just to throw rocks at you. Like, in this effort to be divine, there's this seeking of self-righteousness. And self-righteousness is something that has been given to us as a gift to slow down our ascension, because it blocks the heart chakra when we begin to compare ourselves to others and begin to condemn them based on, you know, our authority. When we give ourselves authority, or we give ourselves a title, or when we give ourselves this an award that says I am the smartest and the brightest, and I am, and we move up to that space where we're, and so then you begin to throw rocks down and make it harder for others to get to that space. Um, but blessings to you all, and I'm grateful. Oh, and oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys these things, and then we'll get out of here because I know Terry has to go soon. So I don't
Yeah,
know. Do you feel?
my appointment was pushed back a little bit, so I have a little bit more time today.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay. So what we'll do real
because
quick, we're gonna show
somebody's
you.
on Pacific time, not Central time, so there was a
Oh,
getting those
yeah.
getting
Okay.
the getting that's the one thing is we're on different time zones, so it's like, oh, wait a minute. You're on Eastern time, I'm on Central time, this other person's on Pacific time, and it's like, okay, how it's easy to get mixed up. So Kendrick, you wanted a reading. Rather than recording it on here, if you pop into the Woman of the Stars chat right away, then I'll do you right away.
You sure, or you want to just go ahead and do it?
Well, I can do it. Do you want to stop recording it?
No, because then he won't be able to see us. We're on.
Oh, right. Okay. So, okay, Kendrick,
So
you
while she's pulling those cards, this was Merlin. This is Merlin's custom organite. And so you can see
right.
merlinslab.myshopify.com. And let me know when you're ready. You could just stop me. I don't
Okay.
know what this guy's name was. I really don't even know. I talked to him like several times, his wife and his daughter. But the Octurian cards, I think you, Jonathan, and maybe
I
you and
have
Jonathan
set
got these.
two.
Yeah.
That was Joby.
Oh, that's right, Joby.
Yeah.
So he worked on these cards for like 4 years.
Yeah. And actually, okay, I'm going to Kendrick. I'm going to pull some cards from the Sacred Traveler, but I'm actually going to get the Arcturian cards as well, and see what they say.
Okay, great. And so this is Janet, who was behind us with junimix.com. So she does lots of things, but she's going to do a conference in New Orleans in December. And so we'll keep you posted on that because I totally want to go to New Orleans. And we all said that we wanted to go to New Orleans. So we're like trying to find a reason. Now we got like a good reason going down. Hey, Nikki, hadn't seen you. Nikki, you got to come outside. And there goes Danny B. Hi, Danny.
Hi, Daddy.
Oh, wow. So good to see you. Oh, you're Joby. My name is Joby. Oh my God. Love your cards.
Yeah, they're
If you
amazing,
could put in
Joby.
the chat a link to get to your cards. Like, how do people find you to get your cards? So put that down there. Ah,
Okay,
Joby.
so Kendrick, I know that you're Palladian, but I think the cosmic cards will have a message too. But I'm going to just follow up with doing the Sacred Traveler first, and then I'll use that card for um, uh, um, the overall message. Okay, so
Merlin's Labs. I mean, his cubes are immaculate.
okay, so Kendrick, this is what I'm getting. The first card I got from you was staying focused. Oh, just to do it. Staying focused, view from above, and surrendering to the journey. So hold your course, like you're on your path, and it's like you are. What is my purpose? You know what? Waking up every morning, being present. I am, like you can say things like, I am this or I am that, however you start your day. But that's just because what you're here to do is not here yet, if that makes sense to you. So if you haven't done any meditation, view from above, get the big picture, maybe it's time that you started exploring altered states of consciousness, moving into those higher expanded levels of awareness. Um, you need to be grounded, but you also have to learn to be able to see from a higher perspective, because everything isn't always what it seems. So it's like when you are, if you go to, I don't know, a 20-story building, when you're at ground level, you can see what's around you. If you go up to the second or third floor and look out the window, you see a bigger picture. But if you go up to the 20th floor, you see a much grander picture. You see not only what's below, and then you realize I can't see the penny that dropped on the floor down when I'm at, when I'm at the 20th level. I can't see the penny on the ground, but I can see what's around, and I can see what's coming, and I can see that, hey, like there's a traffic jam on Main Street and Portage. Like you can see a broader perspective instead of just the details. So I think what I'm getting here is it would be a good idea for you to learn to expand your conscious awareness. And there are different things that you can do. Now, I've worked with the Gateway program from the Monroe Institute, so I would say that's a really good way to, if you haven't done that sort of thing, that's a great way to start, a good place to start. But there's other things as well. And then surrendering to the journey and release control. Stop trying to control things that you think should happen, because as soon as we start to try and control things, then we're not letting spirit, the highest awareness, move through us. We think that I have to go this way, and meanwhile spirit is wanting you to take a back road. uh, so it is releasing control, and it's hard for us to release control, whether it's in our daily life or just things around us, because we're so used to having to do that. But allow yourself to just step aside sometimes and connect through the heart, tap at your heart and say, what is it I need to know? And like you could very easily just sit down and to do some automatic writing. What is it I need to know? Put on some, you can go on the internet and you can get higher frequencies, whether you want to go into the solfeggio frequencies or whatever, and just start listening to the music, listening to the frequencies, and that will take you to a higher perspective. When I said, the Gateway program, you can learn to do it without having assistance from other things, but certainly there are so many meditations and frequencies that you can listen to that will help you to move into that higher state. So I'm thinking, I'm not thinking that the guides are saying that these are things that you can sort of work towards, but what you really are here to do is coming. It's not like you're not going to miss it. You don't miss, if when you're in alignment with your soul, it's going to happen. It's not going to go away from you unless you choose not to open that door. But you've gone this far and you've opened the door. So don't worry about it. It's you won't miss it. You'll know. You'll know. It's part of why you came, and that's just that trusting aspect of for us. So I'm going to take one of these amazing cards from Joby, and the card that I'm selecting here is number 30. These are so amazing. These images, these glyphs are totally not from here. And so that one is it's so there's three action words here: is tackle, tantamount, and seize the thought. So there's going to be in for you, Kendrick, there's a thought that there's something that's sort of hiding in the background in your thought processes, and it's now that thought that's been sort of reoccurring for you is something that you will take action on. So when I'm saying stay focused, you'll find that thought, and you're going to need to be able to expand your conscious awareness, because it's not coming from here; it's coming from up there. So it's going to be important for you to move outside your heart space and move out into that higher aspect of yourself, and allow that part of the journey to take you to where you need to be. So, like if you're interested in, um, um, if you're interested, I can, like I do, I can do journeys with people. So if you're interested, I'd be happy to do one with you, and see if you're able to just connect with that aspect of your higher self. But that's that's what I'm getting, and I can, if you go on to Women of the Stars, I will post a picture of these cards so that you can have them. And I don't know if there's anything else that if it works for you, let me know. And so yeah, that's that's my thought on this. So I will photograph this.
He said, absolutely interesting.
I don't
Be
know.
a
Does
link.
that make sense to you, Kendrick?
He said it
Kind of what you?
resonated.
Okay,
He did
good.
say it did resonate. Or, gosh, I'm trying to put the link in there. I can't put the link. Copy link. Oh, I didn't hit copy first. Oh, that would be essential. Okay. And there goes the link into the group. It's there for you. Let's see. And then while she's doing that, I'm gonna go back to the store.
Okay.
And so these were Vicky's. Vicky had the business card and it's coming up soon. I'll show you. But then Amber Light. Oh my God. Amber made some amazing jewelry. Oh, there it was. Victoria Blue, her Quantum Connect. That's the clothing that we just saw. The t-shirts. And there goes Vicky over there. I'm gonna ask that the vendors connect, and maybe we just do a day where we just show the vendors.
Yeah.
This again was Janet, and oh gosh, let's say her name. Oh, it's on there. Lisa DeMartino. So she also took the class, and she came out with her book after the class. Yeah, Amber makes the most beautiful jewelry, and so she took the class with Miss Kinner. And oh, here goes the Tesla table that we were talking about with Paul. And oh my gosh, our friends with Hopewell,
Oh yeah, Eric
Nancy, and
and Nancy. Yeah,
yeah, Eric and
and they're
Nancy.
amazing,
Okay, and this is,
amazing folks.
they are. So this has chroma color. There's a Tesla coil underneath, and then there's the plasma. I mean, it can be hooked up to the Rife, and it's a modified Rife. It has shungite in it. This table, I didn't really get to talk to these people. TV with a purpose. TV with purpose. Did you get to speak to those people?
No, I
Oh
didn't.
wait. Oh wait. Oh yes, we did. You know who this is? Ah, ah, ah.
Oh, of course. That's um
With the
Joan
puppy.
of Heart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joan.
Joan.
Now that I
Yeah,
said TV with a purpose, it's funny because I would see the table. Whenever I go to the table, she wasn't at the table.
yeah.
So then, but then from across the room, I would look across the room and I would see her. I'm joking. And then I would see her with the dog. Oh yeah, so that's Joan. Yes, Joan has an amazing documentary that she's put together. If you go to this channel, check out that documentary. It has basically like everyone like Scott and Jermaine and Tyler and Aaron, like all these different people, and then they get to speak on it, like different people she's interviewed to discuss it. And there they go, Nancy and Eric. I got a really nice Damascus blade from them this weekend. I've been looking for a Damascus blade for quite a minute, but they're also explaining the importance of CBD and healing. And that CBD ointment that they had after getting bit by flies in Egypt, I was so glad that I had it in my bag because I was getting tore up. I was getting torn up. That's the Tesla coil with this extra eight-pointed star that he adds to the Tesla coil. This is just an example of it. But people were having fun shocking themselves and putting their fingers together and getting burnt. I don't know. It was fun to them. So anyway, Joan of Angels. That's yeah. So yeah, and there goes Lisa. So just wanted to share a little bit of the. Oh yeah, Margie K. Oh my gosh, the human X-ray. She teaches remote viewing. She has a bunch of books out. She works with MUFON. I went to one of their MUFON meetings, and they had some really cool organite on the table and some of her books. And of course, she connected with the Bigfoot clan again while we were there, as well as Lily, all connected with the Bigfoot clan while we were there. Um, this UNX network with MUFON, they have a lot of stuff going on in the Midwest. They got a lot of meetings, a powerful newsletter because I'm always getting rang for that, and they're consistently having conferences over there as well. And that's back to Joan's Table. And this lady, I don't know if you met her. She went.
No.
This is a children's
Hey,
book,
Allie.
so it has the patterns in it. The what do you call it, Terry? I have a hard time.
Crop circles.
Okay, the crop circle. So it has these crop circles, and she's saying that we don't even know all the crop circles because we're in the US, so we get like a glimpse of it, but we don't get to see all the crop circles. So she goes and she's got these more obscure crop circles that she's found, and she has the patterns in it, but it's so that kids can draw, like they can draw it. And so it
Ah.
has like a page with the crop circle explaining that particular crop circle, but then it has a blank page or like a half.
Oh, we lost your volume. Your still volume is off, Erica. Erica. Oh. Erica. Yoo-hoo. Okay. Is it? Can you guys hear Erica, or you can't hear me? Okay. Okay. So Erica, we can't hear you. Nope. So I'm not very good at reading lips, so I cannot really. Erica said a lot, but I didn't hear anything she said. Um, so she's going to have to repeat it. So while she's trying to get on, I'm going to use these cards here from uh, these Arcturian cards, and I'm going to see what kind of a message.
Now you can hear me?
Now I can hear you. I
That
said
is so
I'm
weird.
gonna pull a card for the group before we leave. But
Okay,
okay,
go ahead. Go for it.
okay,
What part did you hear last? Did you hear anything about the autistic child?
nope.
Oh, wow. So that particular table, with that particular table, gosh, with Miss Hughes, what is it? Catherine, she helped the autistic child. There was a nonverbal autistic child that could not communicate, and the mom did the reading. And the child expressed the need for a particular regimen. After completing that regimen for a month, that autistic child was now verbal, able to verbalize the word cucumber, their very first word, after 1 month of doing what was communicated to Catherine. So it's very special. So she can help communicate with the pets and with the children who are nonverbal. So I was very much like, "Ooh, I need to talk to you." Okay.
Okay, so the last card I picked. Isn't that amazing? Like it's two dimensional, but it's really pulling you in. And this is um, abode, home, and vortex. And like here, that's really pulling you in. So the message I'm getting here for all of us here on at this time is that this time is we're at that point, we're at that apex, we're at the vortex. It's pulling us back to our soul, which is at home with the greater source. And it's a matter of collecting all those aspects of us that we have left along different timelines about, in that quantum field of possibilities, pulling all those different timelines to this point where we are now, so that we can really move into that aspect of ourselves that wants to journey back home. So we're at that time, maybe it is us moving into that 5D world, moving into that. But we have that power, we have that ability to transcend this and move ourselves back to our place of being with the source. So just realize that that we all have that within us, and don't be pulled astray on other things, or working at details that really are not part of bringing us back to our source energy.
That is so interesting. I was listening to Robert Greene, and he said that you gotta know the difference between opportunities and distractions.
Right.
So it comes down to knowing what your purpose and what your goal is,
Yeah.
because things can look like it, but they're not quite.
Right.
So are we still live? Can you tell? Okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
see
we're
the little
still
count.
live,
I'm like,
and
I
we're
trust
at
nothing now.
59 minutes 44 seconds. So hey, it's time to move over to our next
Yeah.
aspect, and I'll do a few readings for a little while.
All right. So have a good day, you guys.
We'll see you
Um
next week.
yeah. Yeah, 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 she's powerful. Have a good week.